Hey Black Seattle, it's Keisha here, and it is another edition of Wednesday Night Live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So excited to be here with you all. It's never a bad time for us to get together. Greetings to everyone who's coming in. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. Come on in. Yes, I got the waves going. Hey. While we have some time for everybody to come in, I'm just going to go ahead and start acknowledging that the world is really heavy every day. A lot keeps happening. We keep getting flooded with really awful news. Good evening, welcome. We keep getting flooded with really awful news. So as you come in, I want to hear from you how you come back to yourself after you take in a lot of this bad news. Share some of your practices for grounding and coming back to yourself after you look at some of this awful news. I mean, we just saw news about 2 people being lynched in Mississippi. Rest in peace to Trey Reed, Corey Zacchaeus. But just really want to send some love to all of you out there, but let us know, how are you coming back to yourself as you take it in all this awful news? We're gonna do that. Just let everybody share a little bit as you're coming in. Oh, I see I have a request, so I will take your request. Don't get me started in here. We'll have you come in. Let me know, margaritas around the globe, if that was a for real request that you wanted to pop on and say hello to people. As you all are sharing things that help you get grounded, I'm just going to give two quick community updates, things that I think you should know. And then I have a question for y'all about the spirit of collaboration. And then we're going to have our special guest join us from Arte Noir. So, community update number 1. I want to share that, before I do it, hold on, let me come back. Things that ground folks. Thank you so much for sharing what grounds you. I bring, let's see, jazz music, candles, hot bath, glass of red. All right, people sharing how they come back to themselves. I bring it up to people who want to talk about other mainstream news. Yeah, sometimes the pretending and nothing's going on makes it worse, because you're like, am I living in the weird place? Am I the only one who sees what's going on? So I feel you on that with bringing it up to other people. Let's see. I set up my home as a safe space. Good vibes, good food, and relaxation every time I come home. I call my house the jewel box. This is my sanctuary. I keep the energy in here good. So I'm with you on that. Your home needs to be, if it can be. Some people live with a monster. You never know. But if your home can be a sanctuary for you, having it be a place where you can really recharge. Meditation, massage, more literature on my health, treat myself and my wife to a good dinner at a restaurant so we can reflect on how blessed we are together. That's beautiful. Theo Martin 206. Be alone outside somewhere quiet. That's where I was today. I had to just stop the news cycle. I went and sat outside and just let that beautiful sunlight hit me. Thank you all for sharing that. And keep sharing. You all can see other people's practices, so you never know. Somebody might be out there just angry and flailing and on the thumbs on the screen, needing some ideas to be like, it could just be as simple as like being quiet, getting into a quiet space with yourself. But community updates. One thing I wanted to let y'all know is that the Wow Gallery is the Women of Wonder International, who have the Wow Gallery in Pacific Place. They are closing that Pacific Place location. Now, the Women of Wonder International is an organization. They have more than the gallery as their work, but the gallery has been a really big presence in Pacific Place, a big Black presence, let me clarify, in Pacific Place. So we want to just send a shout out to Veronica Berry and Hiawatha D for the space that they have held there for the years that it has been there. I know that whatever the work is and however they're going to continue their work, it's going to be a funky good time, as they like to say. So just want everyone to take your opportunities to tap in with Wow Gallery while it is still open. I don't know the exact closing date, but I just wanted to call that out. And then one more community update I wanted to tell y'all is I want you to go to the King County Equity Now Instagram page after you get off this live, so you can read about some of the city council moves that are happening with the city of Seattle that are putting the Central District, our historic Black neighborhood in Seattle, in some precarious situation under threat. So I want you to get informed. There's some like rezoning things happening, redrawing lines around what's considered the Central District. So go to the King County Equity Now page after this and go get informed about what's going on, because part of the reason why Black people are so spread out and we don't necessarily have a Black neighborhood that people recognize in that way in this region is because of all of the gentrification and aggressive moves and the zoning, all this stuff. Like, these are the reasons, stuff like this and moves like this. So I want y'all to tap in. Sometimes we got to talk about fun stuff here at Hey Black Seattle, but other times we want you to be like, look, some stuff is going on. I want you to go check it out, okay? So y'all promise me that you'll go to King County Equity Now's IG page and go read about what's going on and tap in, get informed. Now, I have a question for y'all, because our guest today is going to be sharing with us. I'm going to have some questions for her about the spirit of collaboration, because that is the theme of the event that they are hosting. And I wanted to hear from community a little bit about how we're doing it, like how you feel about the spirit of collaboration here in the region. So we got about 10 minutes before our guest is coming on. Would any of you feel brave enough to hop on this live with me and talk about the spirit of collaboration in the region, in our community? What's working, what's not working? If anybody is feeling froggy and would like to hop on here and share about that, that would be great. And while you think about it, and while I see if anybody's going to hop on here for a few minutes, I'm just going to share a quote from this beautiful book, Black Liturgies, by Cole Arthur Riley. And these are just quotes that Cole has put in here from other folks. So this one is from Audre Lorde. I'm going to paraphrase a little bit. Without community, there is no liberation, only the most vulnerable and temporary armistice or agreement between an individual and her oppression. And without community, there is no liberation, only the most vulnerable and temporary agreement between an individual and her oppression. And another one that Cole put in here is, there are two questions that we must ask ourselves. The first is, where am I going? And the second is, who will go with me? If you ever get these questions in the wrong order, you are in trouble. So I thought that was fitting for a question about the spirit of collaboration. But I am curious if any of you feel like you know some things that are working in our community about collaboration, what's working, what's not. A lot of the spirit of Hey Black Seattle is meant to help us see each other and see all of our opportunities to connect and collaborate. So if that is something that you know a little bit of something about, either drop it in the chat, or you got a few more minutes to hop on here with me and share something that you see that's working about collaboration, or maybe it's just a story of a collaboration that went really well, that you have been a part of, or people that you see collaborating really powerfully together. That would be dope. So share that in the comments if you can, or hop on here. But you are running out of time to do that. But I will say some of the things that you see Hey Black Seattle do, like we did a coffee shop tour earlier this year in February. And while we did not, what the essence of it was, we went to 8 different locations of Black coffee shops in the region, and we promoted it with everybody on the same flyer. And that was intentional, so that we could signal to you all in the community that it is possible for all of us to be a part of the same thing, even if you were in the same category of work. All of these 8 different coffee shops were part of the same campaign, showing up in the same space. And that was something that I was really intent on showing about our people. I like to do things where we're showing collectives. And that is one of the reasons why I'm a big fan of our guests that we're going to have on here. So if we are not going to have any, I'm going to call y'all popcorn. Yeah, thank you so much. It was a good time. It was a good time, and it really felt good to showcase a lot of people in the same category. And that is a lot of the spirit, too, of some of the content that we share on Instagram. We put these packages together to show you who's working in a similar space all over the region, because these are our opportunities to connect. So just want you to keep those things in mind. But right now, what we're going to do, I'm going to start looking for my special guests. This week, we have Jazmyn Scott. She is the executive director of Arte Noir. But that's all I'm going to say, because I'm going to let Jazmyn share a little bit more about herself when she comes on to this live. So if you will, bear with me while I go into the audience here and search for Jazmyn. Let me see. I am just going. Oh, I think I need to do Arte Noir. Hold on. You know, it delays for a second. So
Oh, shoot.
we have a beautiful steering wheel.
Yeah. One of
Greetings.
those days.
You are in full mode of getting an event going. So who knows? You
Yeah.
could have been anywhere when that camera came on.
Hi. Yeah. I'm stuck in the car doing this today,
You know what?
but
Thank
we're
you.
here.
We're here and we making it happen. Great. Thank you so much for jumping on here, even though you are stuck in the car. You a soldier.
I appreciate it.
Well,
Are
for
you
the
getting an
people,
echo? Is the sound okay?
the sound is totally fine for me.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So, for anyone who has not, I just told people your title and where you work. But for folks who are unfamiliar with the fabulousness that is you, could you tell the people a little bit about you, Miss Jazmyn Scott?
Um, I am a Seattle native, first and foremost. I think that's important. I am a Black Seattleite.
Hey,
I didn't coin that phrase, but I did put it on shirts that you see people walking around in. So, yes, I am a proud Black Seattleite, born and raised between the South End 98118 and the Central District. So, very diverse and beautiful background that I have here. Roots here in Seattle. Also a Garfield graduate. Got to
all
say
right,
that.
all right, represent.
Uh, and yeah, I am the executive director of Arte Noir. I have worked in the space of community arts and culture essentially my entire career. So over 25 years of, working for, by, and with my community in a lot of different ways, but primarily in the nonprofit sector. Come on,
Oh, the
Bulldog.
Bulldogs are
Sorry,
in the chat.
I mean, that's why you got it. You kind of
He
got to
said,
shout
"Did
it
you
out every
say
time, right?
this?"
Got to shout it out so you can see who's in the building. But yeah, so I worked in nonprofit. I worked in a kind of a youth and family services, social services nonprofit for 13 years. Been in this arts and culture forever. I before Arte Noir, I was the director of programs and partnerships at Langston. Was the first employee at Langston, the nonprofit Langston, to help get that work off the ground. And now it's in the hands of Ebony Arunga, who I love, and also my CD sister in the community. Ebony and I were one of two of the only Black female stage managers here in Seattle for a really long time in the early
Oh, wow.
2000s. So that's a little bit of my background too. I've just working in the arts. I have stage managed. I event produced. I had a production company for a long time. I used to do live events. I have done film production, theater production.
Wow.
Uh, you know, there's nothing that I haven't at least touched a little bit. And so doing what I'm doing at Arte Noir is really kind of like the icing, because I'm able to take everything that I've done in my career and all these years and in my lifetime and kind of encapsulate it in this great space that my mother has envisioned and I have been bringing to life. My mom is our founder of Arte Noir, so able to do this work and it be, a family affair, a mother-daughter duo kind of situation. and rooted in who we are as people who are born and raised in Seattle in the Central District, and really want to continue the legacies of who we are as Black Seattleites, as Black creatives. Continue that on through our work. Like it's super exciting.
All right. I feel like every time I talk to you, I get a little bit more of the story. I didn't know all of these things, the stage managing, the touching all these. This is why Art Noir is so dynamic, I see. There's so much that you bring to this work. So that's a great
Yeah.
segue into talking about Art Noir more specifically because I, as you know, I live over there. That I love Art Noir. It's one of my absolute favorite places in this whole region. I love being there. I love it for many reasons, but this ain't about what I think. I want
I
you to
mean,
tell the well, if y'all want to know. So, truly, truly, Art Noir is a big part of like I would say the heart of what Hey Black Seattle is doing. I've drawn a lot of inspiration for my work by watching you and just by being in the space getting filled. So before I keep going into that though, I do for anybody who hasn't been to Art Noir, because when I run into such folks, I do be like, wait a minute, let me tell you. But if we have any of those people in the room right now, can you tell them about the work that is Art Noir?
yeah, so kind of like how I just described myself, like complicated. I do all these things. We kind of do a lot of things. We are a lot of things, but it does make sense. So,
Yes.
I'll just kind of give the rundown of our history. So we initially launched as an online platform publication that spotlights Black culture, Black art specifically across the diaspora, but also with a specific local focus of uplifting our local Black artists and arts that's created here in the Seattle and surrounding areas. So we launched the online publication in the spring of 2021. And while we were doing that, we were working towards building out to open our physical space where we're at on 23rd and Union at Midtown Square. So we opened our physical space. Today's the 17th. We opened our physical space September 17th,
Hey.
2022. So today is actually our anniversary, our 3-year anniversary. Yay, I'm in the car for that. It's a celebration in the car, but and so our physical space is like a further manifestation of what we aimed to do with the online production. I'm sorry, with the publication. So we have a state-of-the-art gallery space that showcases Black art or art
Mm-hmm.
created by Black artists. We have a gift shop, so that the thought in our shop was kind of like when you go into a museum and they always have museum gift shops. That's what our gift shop retail space is
So good.
akin to. And so in our gift shop, everything that we sell is made by a Black creative. We also partner with artists, makers to create items that are sold. So you will find some unique, one of a kind things that you can only find at Art Noir because we have partnered with these creators to make these things. And then we also just purchase upfront from our vendors so that we don't have to do a consignment. There's no barrier between a creator getting paid and us selling the work. We want to support Black artists to continue to be able to generate revenue. So we purchase up front, we sell their goods, we promote them, we uplift their brands, like all the fun things. And then, like I said, we also create new with some of our vendors, and if we do that, we front the cost of creating these things so that they don't have, because that's a barrier that people have shared with us, is that sometimes they want to do a thing but they just don't have the money to put up front to do it. So we will put that money up front, we recoup our costs, but then after that the artist or the creator gets 100% of those net proceeds. And so again, we're paying Black people continue to be able to create and make their money and do their thing and take a little bit of stress off of them. And so those are the main things that you see when you come into Art Noir, is our beautiful art gallery and our gift shop. But then we have a hallway off to the
Yeah.
side, and we are at the completion stage of a maker space that will be specifically accessible to the folks that are on our Black artist roster, so that we're setting up a reservation system where artists can reserve the space. So if they don't have their own studio space to work out of, then they'll be able to reserve the space, work on a project, do it for free, just have access to a space where they can do their thing again, so that that will eliminate barriers for them and they can make their money. We also will be offering and have been offering classes and workshops to the community, hosted by our vendors and our artists that are within our community, so that we can give people access to learn something new or just kind of network with the community, just all the fun things. We have a little space there where people can do that, so they can be creative. It's low or no barrier, and they can just do their thing. And then around the corner from that, down further in the hallway, we have a recording studio. And this is really exciting because we've been working on this recording studio for a really long time. The goal for the recording studio, sorry about my car lights going out. We're just going to use this natural light here. But the goal of the, yay. But the goal of the recording studio was to provide a space for young people in particular who are interested in or are already working on music production. And so we have a relationship with another nonprofit organization called The Residency. I actually co-chair the residency board. So we've been in a relationship with this organization for a really long time. And one of the things that I've known about the residency is that they don't have like a really permanent place for them to do a lot of their programs out of. So their studio sessions, they've been doing, kind of renting studio space in various studios around the city, which is fine. But what we want to do is create a space that's completely dedicated to these young people, versus having to, let's try again. There we go. Versus them having to, kind of compete for space in a studio that, your 40-year-old rapper might be using. Who knows, right? So at our space, it is going to be for these young people. The residency will be bringing their studio session programs in there, and it's theirs. So we're really excited to be kicking off their programming this fall. We're just doing the finishing touches on the studio right now. It's beautiful. They get a brand new, shiny, gorgeous studio space where they can create and just really. Oh, and so I'm really excited to see what's going to come out of that space. And so, who knows, the next thing might be, Art Noir Records or something. We just keep, every time my mom and I have a big idea, it's like, oh, I guess that's what we're doing next. And so in 3 years, I'm really just excited about all the things that we've done in a short amount of time and all the things that we're looking forward to doing in the next 3 to 5 years. So we have a lot going on. Chuck said no YNs.
Okay, talk about just kidding. This is like just for 3 years. That was a lot. You just laid down a lot, and I will just testify real quick. Like the Fine Arts Gallery, if people haven't been there already and have not seen, like this is a wonderful opportunity to actually acquire Black art to put into your home. I have the original works from artists in our community now hanging in my house. It is accessible. I mean, we got the fine arts prices and we have the like fine arts, but you can afford it prices. Like everything is there. We have a spectrum of like, I just want people to know, like, go with the mindset of this is an opportunity to see, experience, but also to support people who are selling art in this gallery.
I'm glad you said that too, because accessibility is really at the forefront. For me, especially, is like letting our people know that like art is accessible. And there are lots of different entry points for you. So you don't have to feel like if you're not at your collector stage yet, that's okay. Because I always tell people this story about myself. Like I took very baby steps. I would see a piece of art that I like that's in a calendar or a greeting card or a poster, and I'd frame it. And that's how I started kind of putting up art in my home, when I was younger. And then I would just move up. I started to just really understand and appreciate the value of art and the people behind those creations. And for me, that kind of transformed my approach and really helped me to understand why it was important to start investing in original art. But you do it at your own pace. And so we do have, in our gallery, there is always original art. And the range of prices is really vast. And so there's a little bit something for everyone. You don't think that you're going to have to spend, $5,000. You might just spend 500 for an original piece. It's really accessible. But then beyond that, we always have prints.
Mm-hmm.
There with the artists that we work with and that we showcase, we always are able to offer prints that are $50,
Oh my
$30. Some of these artists provide these prints with some matting, so all you got to do is get it framed. Like, there's just lots of ways that you can go about it. We do sell the greeting cards. We do have all the
God.
different things that you can bring into your home. And one of the things that I love that we've done is put art on shower curtains. That's like my favorite thing, because you talk
I miss
about,
the shower curtains.
yeah, the ways in which you can bring art into your home and you can enjoy it. And so you might see some art, and think, wow, that would be really lovely in my home, but I can't afford that piece. But you can afford this $40 shower curtain. And every time you go into your bathroom, you're looking at a beautiful piece of
Gorgeous.
art that's functional, right? And it's just beautiful. And
Yes.
so we've done that with a few different artists, put their art on shower curtains, and that's a hit. And so I really love doing that, because it's a way to bring art into your home at a very like low cost, low barrier way. But it's also a way for these artists to be able to get their art out there, so that once you sell the original, that's not the end of the life for that piece of work.
Yeah.
The work can
Mm.
live on, and they can continue to make money off of just that one thing.
It,
So it's like, well, let's get rich together, okay? Like,
you
get your
know,
money, artist.
this is like, no, I want to get to the spirit of collaboration, which is the
Yeah.
theme of your celebration. But before I get there, I want to say how easy it has been for me to collaborate with Art Noir. Even like when we talk about the gift shop, that is how I, as a brand, was able to start selling my shirts at retail. It was so easy to just be Art Noir is like, this is the order, buy it outright, and we put it in the shop. And like that's a big point of like just pride for a person who's building something to be like, you can go buy my thing at Art Noir. That was powerful to be able to
Yeah.
do. And so that is part of what I see as like a way that you're like just using Art Noir as a whole collaboration platform for people in the community who are trying to do their thing. So I appreciate you for being so just for being there and for being easy to collaborate with.
I'm happy to. One of the things that I really enjoy the most is that people say to me, "You're really easy to work with." And I'm like, I'm here to work smarter, not harder. Like, it doesn't have to be complicated, to do business. I think a lot of times people create these scenarios where you check all these boxes and do all these steps. We don't have to do that. We make things harder for each other when we do that. And so I really appreciate that we were able to just come up with a really simple procedure, and that's what we do. And then we do that. Your stuff's in the shop. We're uplifting your brand, selling your stuff. We're answering questions. We're talking about you. And that's what we want. And so we're just excited to be able to work with so many vendors, collaborate, right, with so many people. Um, and we are pretty hands-on. So not just myself, but like my entire team, we're hands-on. So we interact with almost everything that we bring into the shop. We know a little something about. We know the vendor. So if there's a story behind something, then we want to know what that story is so that we can share it with the public. If there's something special that you do when you're creating this thing, I want to know about it. If you are working with artisans, that are in Kenya, tell us the stories about those artisans, so that when I'm wearing these earrings and these different pieces of jewelry, I can talk about that.
Mm, yes.
If there was something that impacted your life that made you decide to create this piece of art, we want to share those stories. And so we're hands-on, our vendors, with every product, so that we can really tell the story of who these people are behind these products and why these products are unique and special. And so that is one of the important ways that we feel like we're unique in how we collaborate with a lot of the artists and vendors that we work with, is we really want to know them, not about being transactional. I'm a relationships person. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's not just simply transactional. We want to be in relationship with you, because once you enter into the space, we are here to be in relationship for the continuation. Like, it's not a one-time deal. We're gonna grow together. And if you come into our space and you see some of the things that we sell, we can tell you the story from when the person, some of these vendors have been with us day one. They've grown their brands since in the past 3 years being in relationship with us. So we've been holding hands together. And I think in that sense, I would love to like shout out one of the vendors who are actually highlighting this weekend at our anniversary event. So Spirit of Collaboration is our theme for this year, and we are honoring a few different people in the community that have been incredible collaborators with us for the past 3 years. One of the people that I'll call out is a woman named Min Kelly. Her products are called Doty Natural. So she is the skincare lady.
Okay.
She's the one whose skincare products we carry in our shop. And she's been with us since 2022. She creates these incredible look at my okay, because ain't nothing but on my face but her oil, okay.
Well,
Hi,
that's
cuz
what you use, because if you that's what you use. Now
I'm
I
telling you,
know
and
that.
she converted every single one of us. She came in, she told us about what she does and how she, hand creates all these things, where she sources her ingredients from, just all these things. And that was just really, I love that. Somebody who is hands-on, who knows, who can tell us about every ingredient. We know that they're natural. She has background in understanding different ways of approaching skincare. So if you have a certain issue, if you deal with hyperpigmentation, if you have acne or whatever the thing might be, she can create a little something for you. And then on top of that, the stuff be smelling good and you be feeling good and just all the things. And so, she ended up creating a body butter we ended up making an exclusive to Arte Noir. So you cannot find this body butter anywhere in the
Oh,
world
that's
but at
makes
Arte
sense.
Noir. So she did create a special blend and a special fragrance that is just exclusive to us.
Okay.
And so that's just part of the ways in which, when we collaborate with intention with folks, those are the
Mm.
kind of things that come out of it. She's always inspired to just do more. She's like, I'm trying this. What do you think about this? Let's do this. You want to try this? And I just love that, because that lets us know that folks are comfortable enough to come with their ideas and their creations and feel like they have a space for it. And they also know that
Mm.
they're not by themselves. They're not alone in this, so they don't have to the burden of everything. Like, I think with creatives, they want to carry so much. And so they need this kind of support. So you go over there and create, and then I'm going to help you. We're going to put it out there in the world.
I am
And so
hearing
that's what we're doing. Yeah.
for collaboration, I'm hearing that you're prioritizing ease, intentionality, mutual benefit, safety for creatives. This is all like people take notes, because this is just a conversation, but it's also a lesson. It's also a lesson. Like this is truly the stuff that makes things happen in community. Because when it's not easy, when it's not feeling like it's for mutual benefit, these are roadblocks, and people are just like, I don't want to work together. But this is really beautiful. Why did you choose this theme for your celebration? Because I've been to all of the anniversaries so far. It's really
You
about we
have.
here, we doing this stuff, we got news, we own in the space, and this year you're turning that focus onto your collaborators. Why did you decide to do that this year?
Well, I think first and foremost, the collaborators are at the heart of what we do. There isn't an Arte Noir without the people that we collaborate. Like, we created Arte Noir for all these people, for the community, for the creators, for the artists. So without the people that we collaborate with, then they're literally, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So those folks are at the heart of what we do. But also, because as we had kind of, we sat back and we looked at, okay, we're approaching 3 years. Look at where we're at in just this small amount of time. We've grown out of our space. We determined that we can no longer host our anniversary events in our space. So this is the first time that we're going outside into a new space. And so we said, since we're going into another space, let's just do a new thing. We had always been thinking about how could we do something where we're, kind of giving awards, where we're lifting up different people in our community. And so we were like, well, now's the time. Now's the time.
Great.
Now's the time that we can really do it. We have a larger space where we can invite more people and community in to celebrate with us. So that means eyes, more people who are learning about the work that we do, and that means that we can expose more people to these people that have been collaborating with us. And there are tons of we're only, shedding light on a handful of people this weekend, but just know that there are hundreds of collaborators, and hopefully at some point we'll be able to acknowledge people in different ways over the next many, many years. But we wanted to start here with people that we feel like have been really pivotal in where we've been heading in these first 3 years of operations. So that was kind of it. I mean, but like I said, it's y'all that are at the heart of it. So why not shout out our people and put them on the stage with us?
Yeah, well, it's beautiful. And even if you can't get to everybody in one event, just know that you staying in business, actually being able to healthily hold the space, taking care of yourself so you can actually have that platform that we can all be together in, that is probably thanks enough for a lot of people for us to have the place to collaborate with. So thank you for what you do. It is on and popping this weekend, Saturday, Tagny Jones Hall.
This Saturday.
There's still tickets available that people can come and get cute and come out with us.
So check this out, y'all. There is, I think, 20 tickets left.
Oh,
So if you want to come, you need to get online and get your ticket. They're $50. That's the other thing. Like, they're $50. I don't know what fundraiser, what gala, what party, what anything, and especially at the Seattle Opera Center that you can go to for $50. They're $50. There's about 20 left, 20-ish left. I encourage you to try to get your tickets now because we're going to cut off the sales here really soon, like in the next 24 to 36 hours. So get your tickets, come kick it with us. It is a program. It's about a 1-hour program. And then we're going to have an after party. Like, you guys know, if you've ever been to an Art Noir or anything, you know we like to party. So there's going to be a party. So you'll come, you'll see all of the people who we're honoring and uplifting. We're going to do the Spirit of Collaboration kind of awards. My lights, Lord have mercy.
we can feel your spirit.
But you'll be able to experience all of that. We'll have some bites from TBGC. I saw Irvin on here. But that Brown Girl Cooks Catering, we are going to have them with some small bites, and then Brown Liquor with the drinks. We got a specialty blend coffee from Haiti Coffee Co. So we'll be serving that as well. My girl, Chef T, who does the cookies every year, those cookies will be back. So the cookies are gonna be, so it's a whole thing. We're gonna have a lot going on. So I see Barry Johnson, he's one of our honorees. He just logged on. What's up, Barry? Yeah, we're honoring Barry Johnson. I'm not gonna name everybody, but you guys need to come. It's also on our Instagram page. All the honorees, but come through. Like, I see one of my other vendor collaborators on here, Erica. Yeah, so the homies are through. Yeah, coming through. So it's
I
gonna be
just
a good
picked
vibe.
out what I'm wearing. I just picked out what I'm wearing earlier today, so I started getting my outfit together.
Yes.
I am looking forward to being there and celebrating this incredible work that you have been doing. And the whole team, love, love, love y'all. Again, it's a full love fest. I love everybody that works at Art Noir. I call it my hug station. If I'm
And we
feeling
love
down, I
you.
go in there. And it is so good. So I am looking forward to this weekend. Everybody, she done told you it's like 20 tickets left. Get the tickets. If you're seeing this on the replay, I hope it's still 20 tickets left. But thank you so much, Jazmyn, for hopping on here while you are in transit, getting things together for this weekend. I will see you very, very soon.
Thank you so much. We love you. Hey, Black Seattle. I hope to see you on Saturday.
Amen. All right, everybody. Take care of yourselves and have a great night. See y'all Saturday. Good night.
Peace.